This is the story of my growing up days in a schooner. That was my adventure. Actually, it's my life story. In one spring, June, they always start painting the schooners that we travel for the summer of July and August, part of September. I never realized it was our houseboat or whatever. We had to live in a boat. But one day Mom said to me, we're moving into the schooner. We're going to live in it for 2 months and a half, so this is not our picnic. It's our home. You have to keep it clean. And I wonder, why is she telling us this? You say, first thing is when you get up, you make your bed. This is where people are going to come in the summertime, wherever we stop. They'll be visiting us here. You keep the place clean. Sweep or mop if you have to. Dishes, wash dishes. Tidy up every day just like a house. But I didn't know that it was our home for this all summer long. Wherever we travel, we wanted to stop, we stop. And sometimes they're hunting. They'll be hunting caribou. We stop in Anchor. We had all these, our livelihood. Hunting caribou is when you get one caribou, you hang it on the side of the schooner where the mask and the ropes are hanging on the side. By a week's time, that it dries up on the flesh of the caribou, and it's very tender after about a week. And this is how we live. And we wanted to hunt geese. We'd travel. Mainly it was our way of going from the high Arctics into our mainland to Tuktoyaktuk, from Tuktoyaktuk to Aklavik, to sell our skins. When we did that, at the end of the line was Aklavik. People from Banks Island, they had loads and loads of white fox, caribou skins. After all year being in Banks Island, we dry all these skins, sometimes 600 a person would get. I know my dad caught over 600 one year. All that goes into Hudson Bay or the trading post. That was our money. That's the way we bartered. I didn't see money till I was 11, 12 years old. My dad gave me this to spend. What was that for? I didn't know what was a dollar sign for. How much he gave me, I don't know. But when we got into Aklavik, we'd sell all the fur to the Hudson Bay. We got our supply for a whole year, like all the necessities, flour, sugar, coffee, tea, and canned vegetables, canned fruit, dehydrated fruit. You get everything you want in cornmeal for the dogs, so you load your groceries. That's enough for another year to go up into the high Arctic called Banks Island. And you would fill our boat with food, but still, when we're traveling back and forth the Mackenzie River, going from Aklavik to Tuk, we'd stop here and there if we get hungry, if we see some kind of caribou, whales, or feel like fish. We set up a fish net. You catch a coney, whitefish. We get enough to eat, clean it, and we'll have roasted or fried or open fire, which is like picnic, but that was way of our life, being a nomadic person. I didn't know we were nomadic. I thought it was just a lifestyle of our own. I didn't know I was Inuvialuk. That's what it is. It means Inuvialuk is Eskimo. From there on, we just travel. For 2 months and a half, if the ice, then we start back up into the high Arctic to settle for our winter. We have to get up there. If we don't, well, it's just the ice pack, wherever it is. Sometimes it wouldn't even let us go far as just on the coastline from Tuk, 300 miles northeast of Tuk. And that's where we, the last time we did was 1948. We didn't make it across. It was the ice conditions that we're, wherever it is, thick or thin, that's where we have to make our winter quarters. It wasn't prefab buildings, it was a 10 by 12 or 10 by 14. 2 tents popped together. If there's 2 families, there's 2 tents. If it's one family, 10 by 12 or 10 by 14. You put ice blocks around it, 6 feet by 4 feet. In the fall time of October, right when it freezes. The roofing, we always had windows up above. And this, I'm telling you, that's when we get off for the summer to winter out. And they always have a window on the ceiling, no matter what. That's little daylight we have comes in from the window. For roofing, we have either moss or caribou skins. If not, it was always snow blocks. So we set our winter quarters and we're all setting for the men to do their hunting in the fall time. For the dogs, go out in the open water, hunt seals. Come home about 15, 20 seals. They all stand it up, set for the winter. Then wherever we're at, it's always a fur. Either white foxes, if it's a tree line close to the Arctic Ocean, this tree line called Horn River. And they'd be trapping martens, white foxes, colored foxes, wolves, wolverine. So this is the mainland. Where I was talking about before this was up in the high Arctic, straight white foxes. There was nothing else. Maybe you might get lucky and get one silver fox. Few wolves. And that's the way we lived all through the years of growing up. I never realized that we were poor or hard life. I thought that was real adventurous type of life that we had to live is Inuk. We never went out to the store and bought food. We always had to look for fresh food. Fruit or food. There's always meat, polar bear, caribou, moose. Springtime we trap, if there's a tree line close enough, we trap beaver, muskrats, and for the fur. And that's from all along there, spring, summer, fall. That was the way of our life, being a nomadic person. And I never thought what it was. We were rich in life because we weren't hungry, we never was. Then now I'll go into Christmas, what Christmas means to us. In Inuk means Eskimo. We call it Krichirvik, Christmas Day. Christmas, we never really knew what Christmas was, but it was a big day, special day. My mom would read the Bible, and my grandmother. What Christmas means was that Mary was a Virgin Mary. She was supposedly get married to Joseph, but by spiritual. Mary was pregnant with Jesus. And in a dream, just as the way my mom told us, as I was telling you, she passed away 101. She read all this. She said, the story of Jesus where the angels told Mary in a dream and Joseph that you have to move, go to Bethlehem. That's how I remember Mom saying, And they got to Bethlehem, and that's where Jesus was born. There was no room in the inns. Keep going in, you have room, you have room. And they keep saying, no, we're all full, we're all full. Then they had no other place but a stable. You used to wonder, what's a stable? Mom would say that's where they keep all the animals. When Mary was expecting, that's where she had baby Jesus, grass for a mattress like and wrapped up in swaddling clothes, a wrapped blanket. Excuse me. Meantime, my mom would say, well, this is how Jesus was born. And he was a very special person. This is why we tell you this story, for being, you have to be good in life. Not everything is bad, but there's always a good side of Christmas. Christmas, never forget it. Being Inuk, we used to start sewing November. Making mucklucks. We tan our skins, make mitts, slippers, mucklucks, parkas, a big rough burst, they call it. It's like a sunburst with a wolverine and wolf. And I thought that was the most prettiest thing I ever had when Mom made me one. We had no Christmas tree, but it was a present. But to us, having new shoes, new mucklucks, new short shoes, they call them, mitts, maybe a new skin of parka, and parka covers, a shell they call them. So that was our Christmas. To eat, we had the best of whatever Inuk call riches is out of caribou. We have the heart, we have the roast from the rump, and we have the caribou head. You rinse and wash them, and you boil it all day. And if we had fish, we roast fish and geese and muktak and oil if we have any. So we had all traits of food as nomadic people. To me, it was our food, and we enjoyed every bit of it. We couldn't wait for Christmas to come. And this is how I remember our story as a Christmas. Mom never let us forget as we were growing up, till we went to school. And Christmas, when I went to school, I thought it was quite different. I seen a tree that was in a Klavic, Northwest Territories. It was a Catholic, Roman Catholic school. They put up a tree and they decorated with homemade decorations. We used to get glue and create paper and cut them and make Christmas decorations. It was quite different for me because there was no trees on the coast, might be not where we were raised. So this is how I remembered Christmas when I went to school, seeing a tree. Different. From there on, we'd go back home and say, well, what did you learn in school? Well, we have tree for our Christmas. Mom knew it. The older people knew what a tree was. But for us, it was new to us till we learned what our Christmas means to us. We'd get up to go to church early in the morning, 6 o'clock. So time for church. Sister would pull our blankets and they'd say, Christmas, Christmas, Merry Christmas. And this is how I remember Christmas. So that's the way we were taught what a Christmas meant to us. It was a very special, special day for all on earth. Everybody knew what a Christmas meant. And from there on, as you grow up, never was in one place. It was always moving, moving, moving. from one place to the other. That was surviving. That was a nomadic surviving way of life. We never would stay in one place. We would just follow the animals, where it's a good hunting, a good trapping. And that's how I remember my Christmas and my growing years. At first I remembered I was in the mainland from Tuk, 20 miles south of Tuk. We had a little log house from driftwood logs. Mom and Dad said, "We're going for Christmas." "Christmas? Where?" "We're going to Tuk." This old missionary, called Minister Thomas Umau, and his wife. He dragged all the logs from 1889. That log house was built in Herschel Island, Yukon, and Shingle Point. When he parted from Shingle Point, the Shingle Point school closed down, so he brought all the logs down the part of Mackenzie River into Tuk, and he rebuilt it. He fixed the whole inside of the church, and here all people from along the coastline came in to have Christmas with Reverend Thomas Umau. And I can remember we filled the whole little log house, everybody going to bed, making their old, rolled out their beddings and everything. And so that was Christmas get together as Inuit. I can remember that. From then on, everybody after Christmas, they would go off all their different directions, wherever they made their nomadic life, way of life, their dwellings, their log house, or their tent frame that's made of keep warmth. On the outside was blocks, snow blocks, or ice blocks. If not, it was moss. And that's how my life was growing up.